Hello and welcome back, everybody. Here we are in episode 8, chapter 8 of the Benjamin route, and our heart is going up slowly but surely. I think we chose a pretty good answer last time because it did go up by a good margin, and in the last episode we made Benjamin a meal with salt in an apple pie, and it was delicious. The best apple pie I ever tasted. Although, I don't know how I could eat that outfit. Like, I'm sorry. This isn't as good as I thought it would be. Benjamin's a sweetheart. He's getting better about his sheepness. He's actually paying attention to us now. And we've only got 3 more chapters left before the end. So, let's get right into it. Thank you, and come again to Kitty's Pastries. I smiled sweetly and artificially at the leaving customer, as usual. This day's been so dull and strenuous. It's not like I did anything besides selling my goods and baking a little, but that sure was enough to absorb my energy. I leaned on the counter and looked through the window, while twirling a braid in my fingers. Only 2 more days, huh? For the past week, I've been trying to get closer and closer to Benjamin in order to gain his heart for the Heartbaked recipe. Selfishly, I faked the desire to befriend and date him, and he took the bait, as gullible as he is. You know, I kind of personally think that this is a terrible reason to try and get somebody's heart just for a recipe. And part of me is I don't understand why you would even try to do this. I mean, I get it. You want to have a really good recipe, but I would feel so guilty, and I couldn't do it. If I was going to try to woo somebody's heart, I would want to do it very genuinely. So I couldn't do what she's doing. Anyway, let's just move on and woo his heart for heart-baked reasons. And yet, somehow the lie turned into the sincere wish to help him, to be there for him. I found myself drifting off and wondering what he's doing right now. Is he tending to his sheep? Brushing them with his gentle smile and warm eyes? Is he working hard to fix his house, making it a better place to live? Is he thinking about me too, even if a little? Pathetic. I'm so pathetic, wishing for him to think about me, dreaming about spending his time together with me. Who am I to him? Who is he to me? Maybe it's not him being gullible, but me, for getting attached to him so quickly. I can't believe I'm saying that. I like Benjamin, the sheep weirdo. There's no other explanation for the feeling lingering inside of me. When he touches me, my skin becomes hot. My face feels like it's on fire. I can't breathe. I want to make him smile at me more, look at me more. I slumped to the floor and held my head in my arms. Benjamin was the one supposed to be love-lorn, wanting me, not the other way around. Good job, Kitty. I need to vent to someone. No, wait. I don't have anyone I could confide into. I wouldn't want to involve Radley in this mess. He probably wouldn't even care about my silly feelings. Or understand them, for that matter. How could he? How could he understand the agonizing pain of unrequited feelings? Well, I could say one reason why he would, because I think he has some unrequited feelings for you. Maybe. I mean, that blush when you wore the skirt he got you was no hint at that, I'm sure. The only thing on his mind is the purity of his surroundings, probably. Maybe I should write in my diary? That's better than nothing. A diary would never judge me either. Okay. I quickly dashed upstairs and scanned the room for the diary. It was laying faithfully on the side of my bed, waiting for me to pour my heart into it. Ugh. How I wish I could just curl up in my bed right now, hide myself from the world into the blankets. Alas. I headed downstairs, looked side to side, checking if Radley was anywhere nearby. If he knew I owned a diary, oh dear, the laughing would never cease, that the great Kitty owns a diary. Luckily enough, he seemed to be occupied in the kitchen. Good. Gingerly? Because her original name was Ginger. Gingerly. I put the book on the counter and searched for a pencil. Aha! Gotcha! Great. Just as I attempted to write, my mind draws a blank. I tapped the pencil several times on the open pages. Oh, I might start from the very beginning. How we met and our exchanges, day by day. Yeah, that should help me get my mind and feelings in check. All right. One day, as if Radley wasn't enough, one day I met this bizarre person. One day when I had too much free time. One day I met this bizarre person. Oh, and I should include this too. Holy macaroni and every... Holy in macaroni and every other dish that exists. I jolted, terrified of the unexpected screaming, knocking the diary off the counter. The piercing shriek pulled me roughly from my dreamy sheepland, throwing my heart into reality's arms. Not his shenanigans again. Oh, help me! Riley's plea was becoming louder and louder, filled with more fright every second. Oh, for creamy muffin's sake. Kitty, I'm gonna die. Help! I'm coming. Stop yelling. I rushed to the kitchen, almost tripping over and banging my body into the kitchen swinging doors. What happened? The scene that unfolded before my eyes made me stop dead in my tracks. I think I'm going to collapse. Kit. Radley was laying on the floor, sobbing and wailing and trying to get strawberry syrup off of him that he apparently must have dropped and, right after, slipped on. Radley? Kay. Radley? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. The shelf was just overflowing with dust, like I was minding my business, sweeping the floor, and I suddenly noticed all the dust in the sun rain. I squinted my eyes and put my hands on my hips in a threatening way. Radley, I can't even leave you alone for one flowery second. 1 second without you causing a hullabaloo in my kitchen. But... I repeated in a mocking tone, mimicking his distressed face. That's why I specifically told you not to clean the kitchen when I'm not around. You're always making an even bigger mess. No, don't. Don't even say that I'm making a mess, Kit. I would never. I'll stop when you finally get that. The kitchen is my sanctuary, and unless I tell you otherwise, don't attempt to clean anything besides the floor. I extended my hand to help Bradley get up, while he was wiping his tears off the face with the other hand. I'm sorry. I won't do that again. Now, no more tears. You can have the rest of the day off. I'll deal with this myself, I said, while examining the kitchen state. Well, it could be worse. Really? I can go home and bathe? Oh, man. He bounced elated and jumped to my side, hugging me tightly. Nothing. I feel nothing from his touch. Just empty, forced contact. Thanks, Kit, you're the best. I attempted to grace him with the sweetest smile I could manage. Yeah. He waved me goodbye and galloped through the back door to his house. I'm in no mood to clean this right now. I sighed and went back to the front of the store with a heavy heart. And there I spotted a familiar figure standing. Ah! A small gasp escaped my mouth. It's Benjamin. He came out of his own volition to my shop. Maybe we could maybe we could talk a little. Yeah. Ben, what are you doing here? Can I help you with... Oh, no. I covered my mouth with my hands. He's reading my diary. Oh, no. Oh, God, I'm so worried that saying he was a bizarre person was gonna, okay, when I said it, I didn't mean it in any, bad way. So, I just meant it in, good faith. He was a bizarre person. I feel like he's gonna... Oh... No. I feel so bad right now. He was trembling slightly, his arms steadily moving up and down as if he was curbing his crying. Instead, a tired, hollow laugh rang in the room, and his head slowly turned in my direction. The always inquisitive, childlike eyes, brimmed with candidness, were now so empty, crying tearlessly. So that's what you think of me. I should have known that you were fooling me too. That no one ever will accept me for who I am. He cried. Oh my God, I feel so bad. I hope, this is just what was supposed to happen, and it's not because I said he was a bizarre person. Oh God, I'm the worst. But, never mind. I should just keep reading. I feel so bad. He cried desperately, slamming the diary on the counter. Benjamin put his clenching, shaking fists on the counter and leaned on them, choking on the air. Ben, it's not what you think. It's not what I think. It's not what I think, she says. I know what I saw, what I read. He pulled the book towards him and opened it on a desired page and started reading. I had to try making the heartbaked cake. That was my only chance to show townsfolk I'm as good a chef as Carver. There's no way I would have won with some cookies alone. Therefore, I thought of and scrutinized my candidates for the hard ingredient. The only boys I know are Radley, Carver, and this newcomer, Benjamin. Radley is my best friend. We spent our whole lives together, and he feels more like a brother to me than anything, so he's an instant no-no. Obviously, I couldn't pursue Carver. I've had enough stress to deal with already. Having no other options... He snorted and shook his head with a scoff. He continued with his voice breaking. I decided to talk to that odd shepherd. Oh, no. He's a bit eccentric, to say the least. I've never met anybody like him. I mean, who talks to their animals like they're people? Scratch that. Who never takes a step outside without them? Now I could understand if we're talking about dogs. But sheep? I was hoping that he didn't lose all of his humanity and is still prone to women's advances. I thought that he had to be. Granted, he converses with sheep on a daily basis. He must be craving human contact, right? And you have the audacity to tell me it's not what I think, when I have it written in black and white right here. Ben, no, just... No, don't. He was crying. The low sobbing was the only sound filling the cold room. His tears dripped on the diary, smudging the terrible words I've written. Benjamin didn't even bother with wiping them off. He just let them flow. I couldn't find anything that would justify me. I stood there with my head hung and glance casted down. Even if they were my personal ramblings, I had no right to talk about him in this way. I was too caught up in my own feelings to notice what I'm pouring down on the paper. I don't want to see you ever again. Ben, please, let me explain. No, I don't want to experience this situation again. Just when I escaped my family. Everyone always looked down on me. And when I thought I found some acceptance, turns out you've been using me all along. I've had enough. Slowly he raised his head, showing a deadpan facade, deprived of any emotion. Don't try to talk to me ever again. I could feel my heart sink. It hurts. It hurts so much. Benjamin, wait! I stepped quickly to his side, trying to hold him, stop him, hug him, but he squirmed out of my touch and ran out of the bakery, slamming the door. Wait. Why did this have to happen? Feeling weak, my knees gave up, and I slid to the floor with a thump. Benjamin, why couldn't you open to a page when I described my current feelings for you? When I filled the pages with our happy memories together, when I accepted you into my heart, why did it have to be the time when I first met you? Life truly is a cruel mistress. I lied down on the cold floor and laughed. And laughed and laughed, laughed at my miserable self. I laughed until my voice got hoarse and I fell asleep, tormented with today's events. After that, I never saw Benjamin again. I tried to visit his farm numerous times, but with each visit it took more and more. It looked more and more abandoned. No, I am terrible. Ending number 7. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. Oh, man. I feel so bad. Like, this the worst. I'm the worst person. Oh. Okay. Oh, God. I broke his heart. Oh, I'm so tormented right now. I feel so bad. This is why you don't go into things with like no emotion. Like This is why you have to go into wholeheartedly. I shouldn't have called him a bizarre person. But, like, I don't know. When I had too much free time, when Radley wasn't enough, that makes it sound like I'm such a cheater. Okay. Ending number 7. I know I shouldn't have trusted you. Okay. This might make this a little bit longer than needed, but I'm going to start the day over. We are going to go back into 8 because I need this guy's, like, I don't want him to be like, I don't want it. It's just, I want him to love me. You just skip ahead. Skip mode. We're here. As if Radley wasn't enough. When I had too much free time. Okay. Oh, and I should include this too. Blah, blah, blah. Please. It's gonna end poorly, isn't it? No! I decided to talk to the new animal enthusiast. My first thought was literally, who pastries? Now that is a person I have every right to call bonkers. I mean, I understand that people have their quirks and all, but sheep? These smelly animals? Ha ha ha. Is he hoping for an intellectual dialogue with them or what? Hello, my dear sheep, sir. How is the grass today? Oh my, is that you, Lieutenant Sheep? It's delicious. Morning dew. Make it especially tasty. Absolutely unbelievable, I say, dear diary. And you have the audacity to tell me it's not what I think. Ben, no, don't. It's crying. Is it gonna change? Please. Is it still? Yeah, it's still it. I don't know. It is saying as if Bradley wasn't enough the good option. I don't know, guys. Maybe I just don't have enough, one day, as if Bradley wasn't enough. I should include this too. I decided to talk to the queer tree of a man. Oh my god! This is terrible. I'm just gonna give you all these terrible words. I decided to talk to that queer tree of a man. That was the most strenuous conversation I had to live through. I was literally at a loss that time, and prayed to the pastry god to give me the strength to go on. I thought, how could I have a chat with him in the future? He's so dull, talking only about his sheep, not caring about anything else in the world. Blah blah yada yada, sheep this, sheep that. Why haven't you married a sheep already if you adore them so much? You have the audacity. Something different. After that, I never saw Benjamin again. I tried to visit his farm numerous times, but with each visit it became more and more abandoned. Ugh, okay. I'll be back, guys. I need to play through the game again and try to get all the good answers. And then I'll come back when I'm on day 8 again, and hopefully I'll have it right. And I won't break his poor, fragile heart. Poor Benjamin. God, I am just a terrible person. Okay, so with that ending, I hope you guys have a good weekend, good week, and good night.